next fragrance was, in my opinion, if you've never heard of this fragrance, I don't know where you live. I don't know if you live on earth, but yeah. Fragrances that, did we just like them? Or even when you don't love it, it's a fragrance that you still want to sort of just have in your collection to say, okay, I have La Vie Est Belle. My people, welcome back to my channel. And if it's your first time seeing my face, then salutations. My name is Priscilla and I make videos to help you smell good, look good and feel good. So if that's something you're interested in, then please consider subscribing, like this video, and let's get right into the video of today. We'll be talking about some very popular fragrances. Now the question is, did we actually like these fragrances or were they just popular? So I think that's going to be the title of the video. Did we like them or were they just popular fragrances? Now I'll be talking about these fragrances and I'll just be telling you what I think, if I actually did like these fragrances, if I still like them, if I just liked them when they came out, or were they just popular. So if you want to know whether your favorite fragrance made the list, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Starting off with the oldest fragrance of the fragrances I'll be talking about today, and it's Alien. Now, Alien is a sweet, unique fragrance that is very, very, very popular. In fact, this fragrance, I think at the moment what they do is, if you buy a bottle of it, there's certain shops here in the UK where you can just go and have this fragrance refilled. So I've had this bottle for the longest time, and all that I have to do whenever I run out of it is I take it to a Boots store. I don't know if any other retailer does it, but I usually take it to Boots and they just have it refilled for me. This fragrance is one that I've had for a very long time. I can't remember the first time it came into my collection, but it's a fragrance that I still use till this very day. I think it's so unique. I like it. Some people don't. I personally like Alien. I still use it till this very day. I think it's such a signature worthy scent. Like, I think it's affordable. It comes in different sizes, but the bottle I've got here I think is a 30 ml, and like I said, I just have it refilled at a cheaper price. So was this popular or did I actually like it? I'll say I actually do like Alien because I still use it till today. I always refill it. I think it was popular, but it's a fragrance that I actually like, and like I said, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but for me personally, it's a fragrance that I do like. To another fragrance, it's Viktor & Rolf Flower Bomb. As you can see, I'm almost through with this bottle. The flower is nowhere to be found because it got missing in transit sometime when I traveled. Now, Viktor & Rolf Flower Bomb is another really popular fragrance that reinvents itself. I think lately what they even do is you can have the bottle customized or personalized with your name. I personally think this is a fragrance that is not going anywhere because the marketing around it, somehow they have a way to always rejuvenate it and make it, current. It's a fragrance that is very popular amongst women. I'll be very surprised if you do not know Viktor & Rolf Flower Bomb. They also have another fragrance called Bomb Bomb, but I think Flower Bomb was more popular. Now, do I just like this fragrance or do I think it was popular? This is a bit of a tricky one for me to conclude on because as much as I've gone through various bottles, I think I've somehow outgrown this fragrance. I don't know why, and that's just me personally. I think it's a beautiful fragrance. I don't think it's a fragrance that you outgrow, but for me personally, I don't know, I've outgrown it. I think fragrances like Delina by Perfume de Mali give me everything that this would have originally given me, and I've sort of moved on to that. So yeah, I'm a bit in between with this one. I won't say I don't like it, but I don't like it as much as I used to, and I know that a lot of people that still very much like this fragrance. Now the next fragrance is one from the house of Marc Jacobs, and there is no way you would have missed this fragrance because when it was released, it was a fragrance that came in a bottle with a flower, so there was no way, and I didn't miss it anyways. And it was released in 2007 and it's Daisy. Now I've got the Daisy Love version, which is a flanker, but the original Daisy was released in 2007. This fragrance was very, 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 very popular. I don't know if it's because the bottle was different and there was nothing like it as at the time, or yeah, I think it was the bottle that really got a lot of us. I think this is a beautiful fragrance. I think, was it popular or is it something I love? Again, I don't see a lot of people talk about this fragrance anymore. I think it was popular at the time. However, for me personally, I still wear it. I love it a whole lot. So it's a fragrance I do like. However, going by the majority, I think this was just a popular fragrance. I don't think it's such a massive love for a lot of people. But for me personally, it's a massive love. Like I said, I still wear it. I still love it. But yeah, with this one, I would say it was popular as opposed to being loved. Yeah? So this one I vote being popular. Now the next fragrance was, in my opinion, so the next fragrance in my opinion is the most popular fragrance that I'll be talking about today. Maybe there's another fragrance that comes very close to it, but this is the most popular fragrance for ladies, Vie Est Belle. It literally even won the award. This fragrance was released in 2012, and up until date, there's so many flanker versions of this fragrance. They're clad, the Udo Printemps, which is what I have in my hand, the Intense. There's so many flankers of this fragrance. So somehow it's a fragrance that keeps reinventing itself and coming out in newer versions. This fragrance, in my opinion, is a love. Like, it wasn't just popular. I think it's a fragrance that loads of people love. Even when you don't love it, it's a fragrance that you still want to sort of just have in your collection to say, okay, I have Vie Est Belle. In my opinion, I think it's a beautiful fragrance for layering. It's one of those fragrances that's on its own, its projection is amazing, but at the same time, it's a really beautiful fragrance. That's why I own it. I own it for layering. I tend to layer this with my other fragrances. So in my opinion, this is an absolute love. It wasn't just popular. It's an absolute love in my opinion. Now the next fragrance is the one I said comes very close to Vie Est Belle, and it's Baccarat Rouge 540. Guys, if you've never heard of this fragrance, I don't know where you live. I don't know if you live on Earth, but yeah. This is a very popular fragrance. There are so many dupes, so many body oils, so many versions that I don't even know if Maison Francis Conjan is aware of his fragrance. But there you go. Baccarat Rouge 540 is an absolute popular fragrance. It doesn't mean that it's everybody's sweetheart, but it's a lot of people's sweetheart. A lot of people like this fragrance. This was released in 2015, but somehow it only got popular like in recent years. So I'll say in the last year or two. I don't know actually if it had to do with the marketing. I don't know if that coincided with when Francis Conjan was acquired by LVMH. I don't know why it's only just of recent this fragrance became very, very popular. But this has been, out there since 2015. Apparently, I was surprised to see that when I did my research. Now, this fragrance is not just a popular fragrance, it's an absolute love for me. I love it. It's a very sweet fragrance. To some people, this might be sickly sweet. Don't overspray, but at the same time, everybody also, this is very popular for going missing. Everybody tends to say that. People get anosmic to it, so you might spray it and after some time you won't be able to smell it anymore. But this is an absolute love, despite, because we're all finding our ways to walk around it. I haven't gotten rid of it. I absolutely love it. I've owned it now for like I'll say almost a year. Would I say almost a year? I purchased this in 2000 I'd say almost a year. So yeah, this is a really beautiful sweet fragrance. It's got other notes in it. It's got some saffron in there. It's got ambergris in there. It's quite sweet. It's quite unique. Baccarat Rouge 540 is an absolute love for me. It was a popular fragrance. It's still very popular. It's still very much in vogue. The hype has not died down, but it's an absolute love for me. Final fragrance on this list, guys, is Ysl Lib. Now, this fragrance was popular, became very, very popular thanks to influencers. So influencers, thank you very much. This is almost an aesthetic. Like on Instagram homepages, loads of people just put this in there, even when they're not into fragrances. Even when they're into fragrances, it's almost for their aesthetic. I don't blame them. The bottle is very beautiful. I have this in the limited edition. That's why mine has got the cheetah on it, so don't get too worried, guys. I bought this in the limited edition version. That's why mine has got the print on it. But this is a fragrance that was released in 2019. I don't even know if people love this for the juice or if they just love it for the bottle. I still think it's very popular. When I listen to most people talk about this fragrance, it's not an absolute love, but at the same time, people own it anyway. So that's why I'm almost led to believe that it's because of the bottle and the aesthetic. This is a lavender fragrance that is quite soft. The projection is not mad. It's quite a soft, mild scent that turns into a skin scent very quickly. I think it's very unique. I tend to wear this to go to bed because I think it's very calming and soothing. It's a lovely fragrance. I do like it. However, I think it's just popular, and I think at some point this would die down, in my opinion. I personally think that. I'm not trying to be mean, but I just think at some point something else will come out that would, you know, sort of take over from this bottle. As soon as there's a new aesthetic out there, I don't know why I feel like people would move on from this. Yeah, like I've explained, I think when I hear most people talk about this, is the bottle as opposed to the juice. But it's a lovely fragrance anyways. However, I think this is more popular than a love fragrance. So yeah, those are all the fragrances I have on the list. There are other fragrances I would have loved to talk about, however, I don't own them. So fragrances like Coco Mademoiselle, you know, fragrances like, oh, I own Carolina Herrera Good Girl. I don't know, somehow I haven't talked about that. But yeah, if there are any other fragrances that you think are very popular and you're in a debate as to whether this is they're just popular or if they're an absolute love, comment them down in the comment section. I'd like to hear from you. Go ahead and do all of that good stuff. Like, share, subscribe, help me grow my channel. See you again in my next video. Look forward to see you again in my next video. Stay blessed. Hi and bye.